Jon Snow's parentage has been discussed frequently. Fans commonly theorize that R plus L equals J. But maybe this secret subverts expectations even more than we think. Maybe the J stands for Dragonborn, meaning what if Jon Snow is the last Dragonborn in Skyrim? If this were true, what would he do? Who would he befriend? Would he steal? Kill? We're gonna explore every detail in this playthrough. I created a backstory for Jon coming to Skyrim. I'm taking most of my knowledge of Jon from the show and filling in gaps with details from the books since they show more character insights. I wanted to take Jon Snow when he's at his prime. His Johnniest and his Snowiest. To me, that feels around season 5 or 6 in the show, right around the end of the most recent book. Specifically, I'm playing Jon Snow after he's been resurrected and reconnects with Sansa before they realize Rickon is being held hostage by Ramsay. In this alternate universe, Sansa tells Jon that the North needs him to make allies in Skyrim, which in my universe is on the same planet and travelable. Jon, still feeling the need to be a true Stark and to be a part of the family, obliges and travels to Skyrim. He ends up leaving Ghost behind temporarily with the Night's Watch, where Ghost is probably the most comfortable. While traveling to Skyrim, he gets caught up in the ambush on the Stormcloaks and ends up in the wagon where our story begins. He meets Ulfric and the others, but I think he'd mostly just tell them how it was a mistake for him to be captured and how he needs to find a way to escape. As for character creation, I don't want to go too detailed because that's not what this video is about. I am using the race menu mod to get a bit more customization though, and that does end up with some interesting looks. Oh my god! Boom! What the fuck? What the fuck is this, y'all? But overall, I'm gonna focus on two things. First, his race. I think basically everyone would agree that Jon's a Nord. Definitely, Jon has to be a Nord if he's in this game. Mainly because of this. It says that they're strong and hardy, and they're famous for their resistance to cold and their talent as warriors. Like, that is Jon Snow. That literally is him. Second is his hair. There's various points made in the show about Jon's nice curly hair and how he's really attached to it. In the books, it's never really stated if his hair's curly or not, only that Jon's appearance is very Stark-like. I ended up going with straight hair because he does straighten it a bit more around season 6, which is where I'm starting his story in Skyrim from. And then I just change up some features to get it as close as I can without spending too much time on it. Alright, what do y'all think his name should be? Snow? No, obviously. Jon Snow. Alright, let's do this. Jon would be like, the one who creates the sentence should swing the sword, cowards! He would look away for a second, but Jon's seen a lot of executions, I think. And he's done some himself, so he would like look away, I think, but then be like, I didn't realize Alden would use a shout there. I thought he blew fire. I think Jon would be very confused at why he's not blowing fire. Dude, that looks actually very close to a Targaryen symbol. Wow. After Alduin attacks and Jon gets blown over like a leaf. Oh, what the? Did I die? Wait, what? My hands aren't bound! You clearly saw them, they weren't bound! The first big decision needs to be made. Follow Hadvar or Ralof into the keep. This could be a huge decision on Jon's character development for this entire playthrough. And I didn't even realize it. Yeah, I didn't know you could choose to follow one or the other. Every single playthrough I've ever done, I've followed Ralof without realizing there was another option. And I ended up doing it here too. But that being said, I think it's very reasonable that Jon would do that because he briefly got to know the Stormcloaks on the short cart ride here, and they didn't seem like threats to him. While on the other hand, Hadvar and his folk were literally just about to execute him. So I think I chose correctly. But let me know if you think Jon would have actually followed Hadvar in the comments.
You may as well take Gunnar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore.
Jon is like, I think he would feel bad about looting a corpse like this, but he's a survivor. He's like, I'm not your fucking enemy! Damn it! And then he's gonna fuck him up. Jon doesn't like, he's not an axe person. He used it just out of necessity. He's definitely much more of a sword guy. I really don't think he'd be looting bodies like this. Like, well, except for the key. He would search for the key and take the sword. But yeah, I genuinely think Jon wouldn't be like looting corpses of people he didn't know and Just even though they attacked him, I think. Yeah. Now he's like, okay, I feel a lot better with this. Okay, now this great sword. Is Longclaw a great sword or is it like a long sword? Wait, Longclaw is a bastard sword? Oh, that's funny. It has to be intentional that Jon Snow the bastard uses a bastard sword, right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like he would be a bit more comfortable with a great sword. I don't know if Jon's a great archer. I think he's like just like adequate, but I think he probably actually would take this bow and be like, okay, maybe that's useful, and like take these arrows. Two options here. First major decision I feel like in the game. It's actually the second decision, but remember I didn't know about the Hadvar Ralof decision at this time. Either sneak by the bear or shoot it. I feel like Jon's time with the wildlings, he likes nature, and being like of the old gods, I think he would just sneak by it. And also being like prudent, he'd be like, I don't really want to fight a bear. Like we can just leave it alone. It'll leave us alone. Like whatever, you know? We don't need to fight a bear. So after escaping Helgen, Jon talks to Ralof for a bit about the Stormies, and I think he would start to feel for them. He would definitely like Ralof. Is that how you say his name? Ralof?
You've seen the true face of the Empire here today. If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
So, okay. Join the Stormcloak Rebellion. Okay, so I think Jon would actually be pretty interested in talking to Ulfric. Because he saw him about to get executed with him. So let's ask him a couple questions.
We were outnumbered 5-1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess.
I actually think Jon would be pretty partial to the Stormcloaks at this point. Because he got captured with them. This guy's a Stormcloak. He like let him go. I think Jon would actually be pretty partial. Like Jon's very much like an honorable person, and he respects that in other people, just like Ned. So I think he would actually really like this dude. I think he'd believe him that the Stormcloaks are kind of the good guys, at least for now. I think Jon would be curious about what this is. The Guardian Stones.
These are the Guardian Stones.
Oh.
Oh.
Would he even activate in? Okay, let's look at them. Thief Stone, absolutely not. Jon's definitely not a thief. Mage, absolutely not. Now, Warrior Stone. Now, that I think would intrigue him. That, I don't think Jon fucks with magic all that much, although he was resurrected by magic. So he knows. I think he actually would do it. As long as it's not like blood magic or some shit. Which it doesn't, I don't know. I guess he'd probably ask him. And he'd say, no, it's not blood magic. And then he'd do it. I think Jon would feel good about that. He's like, yeah, I'm a fucking warrior. I'm a badass, baby. They get to Riverwood and talk to Gerdur and friends, and it only strengthens his bond with the Stormcloaks.
Here's the key to the house. Stay
Oh.
as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know.
Damn, she gave me her key already. Damn, we haven't even gone on a first date yet, shawty. Chill. Obviously, Jon, I think, would be hungry and, like, he needs stuff. But he's not one to just like take complete advantage of people. So me playing this game, I would take every single thing this bitch has. But Jon, I think Jon would probably take a little bit of bread, maybe a little cheese, a little mead. I think he thinks wine is like he probably thinks wine is more of a woman's drink. Well, sorry, maybe not a woman's drink, but either a woman's drink type thing or maybe something that to only be drank at very special occasions, so he probably would leave that. I don't think he would take a necklace or a ring. Like, I don't think he would care to take these as a gift. Unless they were specifically given to him for some reason. So I think that's all he would take, honestly. Which is really weird. Like, I feel weird not taking everything. One of my viewers disagreed with me about the wine thing, so I looked into it a bit further and found this out. At the Wall, the Brothers Nice Watch drink hot mulled wine, spiced with cloves and nutmeg. Okay! Maybe he would have taken it, actually. Maybe he actually would have taken it. I did not know that. He should have taken it. He probably wouldn't have liked it, though. I mean, he probably wouldn't have been used to it. Well, wait, will she give me that wine? Okay, nice. He takes the wine.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Whoa. I don't think Jon would get involved. So Jon goes and meets Lucan to buy some supplies. But something I didn't realize while playing, and this might sound like a ridiculous question, but has Jon ever used money before? Has he actually ever purchased anything from someone in exchange for a good or service? It sounds dumb, but he's lived in Winterfell as Ned Stark's son for his whole life, so presumably things were often provided to him by Ned or by others who are loyal to the Starks. And after that, he went to the Wall where they all provide for themselves. Maybe he paid Mikken the blacksmith for Needle, or maybe he paid for Roz when he was gonna have sex with her, but Mikken could have easily done it pro bono for Jon since he was leaving. And he didn't end up sleeping with Roz, so he might not have paid for her. I've never heard anyone talk about this, so it's possible Jon would have felt weird paying for things here. Wait, an iron sword? This seems his style. He doesn't have enough money, though. Let's just sell everything until we can get there. I think he'd really want that fucking sword. Perfect! Okay, this is great, yeah. This feels more like Jon.
Don't do that!
Oh, sorry. And, obviously Jon would not steal any of this shit. Okay, so now the task is to go to the Jarl of Whiterun. This is pretty unfamiliar territory. I think he would just probably try to sleep. Where's that one lady's house? We're gonna spend the night with a woman. I just don't think Jon would take anything from them. Unless they were like, hey, you can take, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he'd take a little wine. Maybe take a couple pieces of bread. I think he'd take some food for his journey. Honestly, I think if this guy allowed it, which it is implied that he's allowing it, I think he would take this gold and be like, hey, I need some shit to like go buy stuff later so I can like help. But he's not stealing. Okay, so we're just gonna pretend that he's sleeping. He slept here, and then he's gonna leave in the daytime. All right, thanks guys. I'm off to the Jarl of Whiterun. So let's go make some more important decisions. Now Jon's headed to Whiterun to talk to the Jarl, and things get even more interesting. Tell me in the comments if you agree with the decisions Jon would have made so far. I'll put the next chapter of Jon's adventure right here when it's out.